American War Against Iran, Operation Epic Fury and Operation Roaring Lion versus True Promise 4.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Maz Reporter. Today we're diving into something massive happening right now in March 2026. A full-blown war between the United States, Israel, and Iran. It started at the end of February, and it's already shaking the world, from skyrocketing gas prices to fears of a bigger regional mess.
How it started. The big attack.
Picture this. For years, the U.S. and Israel have seen Iran as a major threat because of its nuclear program, ballistic missiles, and support for groups like Hezbollah. Tensions built up with shadow wars, cyber attacks, and proxy fights. Then boom, on February 28, 2026, everything exploded. The U.S. launched Operation Epic Fury, and Israel called theirs Operation Roaring Lion. In just 12 hours, they hit Iran with nearly 900 precision strikes.
Targets? Missile sites, air defenses, nuclear facilities, and, get this, top leaders. Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei was killed right away, along with dozens of high-ranking officials. It was a surgical strike. President Trump said the goal was clear: wipe out Iran's nuclear threat, destroy its missile program, and push for regime change using overwhelming force.
Iran fights back, the counterpunch.
Iran didn't just take it lying down, they fired back hard with waves of ballistic missiles and cheap drones. Tehran launched waves of ballistic missiles and drones toward Israel, U.S. military bases, and American allies in the Gulf region. Some of the targets included U.S. bases and Kuwait facilities in Saudi Arabia, locations in the United Arab Emirates.
On March 7th, one major strike hit Israel's Haifa oil refinery, causing fires and disrupting fuel supplies. Although Israel's advanced defense systems, like the Iron Dome, intercepted many incoming missiles, some still landed in cities and open areas. It was like a surgical decapitation strike to knock out Israel's brain. At the same time, the conflict spread beyond Iran and Israel. Hezbollah and Israeli forces began exchanging fire in Lebanon, especially after the wider conflict involving Iran escalated. This fighting has already forced over 500,000 people to leave their homes.
Iran's strategy is simple but dangerous.
If it cannot match the military power of the U.S. and Israel directly, it targets nearby American bases and cities in Israel to make the war costly and painful. As the conflict escalated in March 2026, frequent missile, rocket, and drone attacks created fear, disruption, and daily anxiety for people living in Israel.
One major problem remained: drones. Iran produces large numbers of explosive drones. These small flying weapons are cheap and easy to build. Many factories producing them are hidden inside underground bunkers, warehouses, that makes them extremely difficult to eliminate.
The human and military cost.
Like every war, the human cost has been devastating. In Iran, more than 1,000 people have been killed, including civilians. One particularly tragic incident involved a strike near a girls' school where more than 160 people died. On the American side, some service members have been killed in Iranian drone and missile attacks on military bases. Civilians in the region have also suffered. For example, a foreign worker from India was killed in Saudi Arabia. Airports have closed, thousands of travelers have been stranded.
Behind every number is a real person, a soldier who planned to return home, or a civilian caught in a conflict they never chose. The war is extremely expensive. Iran's drones can cost as little as $20,000. But the missiles used to intercept them, like Patriot interceptors, cost about $4 million each. In just 5 days, the United States fired more than 800 interceptors. That's billions of dollars in defensive weapons. This has created what military analysts call a war of attrition. In simple terms, it means a battle where each side tries to wear the other down over time. Iran uses cheap weapons in large numbers, while the U.S. uses powerful but expensive defenses. It's like using a sledgehammer to kill flies. Effective, but extremely costly.
The economic shock. Why your gas price jumped.
The war isn't just affecting the Middle East, it's also hitting the global economy. Here's where it hits your wallet. The effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz has created a global energy crisis, as the passage for 20% of the world's oil is now deemed too dangerous for tankers. This supply shock has pushed oil prices past $100 per barrel, leading to immediate price hikes at petrol pumps and increased shipping costs for consumer goods worldwide. In the United States, gasoline prices rose sharply, in some places above $4 per gallon.
To understand why this matters, think about how many industries rely on fuel. Higher oil prices mean more expensive transportation. Higher grocery costs increased airline ticket prices. A war thousands of miles away can still affect what people pay at the gas pump. The U.S. had earlier planned to use naval escorts and provide insurance for ships, but the situation remains chaotic. Due to threats from Iranian missiles, the American aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln moved to a safer, more distant position. President Donald Trump says the war will end soon and that prices will drop, but for now, the conflict is hurting everyone.
Inside Iran, no quick collapse.
The big hope was that killing leaders would spark regime change, people rising up. But instead, there is a rally around the flag effect. Iranians are uniting against the outside attack. Despite the massive attacks, Iran's government has not collapsed. Instead, many Iranians have united against what they see as foreign aggression. A new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has taken power. Rather than becoming more moderate, some analysts believe the leadership could become even more hardline. This means the conflict may not end quickly. No clear plan for after if the regime doesn't fall. It's looking like a stalemate, Iran outlasting by making it too costly.
A forgotten crisis at home returns to haunt Trump. The Epstein files.
While the world focuses on war, another serious issue in the United States has received little attention. Former NFL quarterback Tim Tebow recently testified before Congress about the growing crisis of online child exploitation. Investigators found more than 338,000 U.S. internet addresses involved in sharing child abuse material in just 6 months. Tebow urged lawmakers to pass the Renewed Hope Act, which would fund specialists to identify victims and rescue children. But with the Middle East conflict dominating headlines, this issue has received very little media coverage. It's a reminder. Global fires can drown out cries for help right here at home.
Wrap up. What it means for the world.
So, where does this go? Trump pushes unrelenting force, but experts see risks of long stalemate, high costs, more deaths, economic pain. As the war continues, the world is watching nervously. The United States says it will keep applying military pressure. Iran appears determined to resist. Experts warn the conflict could turn into a long and costly stalemate, with global economic consequences and serious risks of wider regional war.
One thing is certain, wars today don't just affect the countries fighting them. They shape global politics, economies, and everyday life for people all around the world. What do you think? Will it end quickly or drag on? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe for updates, and hit the bell. Stay informed, stay safe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.